Welcome to Microsoft Partner Secrets, where we uncover and explore what top Microsoft partners do to grow faster than their competition. Here's your host, Per, Microsoft Advisory Board member and the 5-term worldwide president of the International Association of Microsoft Channel Partners.
Here with me today, I have the great pleasure having Dexter Hardy from Ntegral in Atlanta. Welcome, Dexter.
Hey, Per, how are you doing?
Doing fine. Great to have you here, my friend.
Great to be here.
So, I have been watching from the sidelines Integral's success, and can you please, as a start, tell me what does Integral do?
Okay, yeah. So again, my name is Dexter Hardy. I'm the president and CTO here at Integral. And what we do here at Integral is we build custom VMs, containers, and Azure managed applications that are deployed into the Azure marketplace. But what their purpose is to ease the migration building of solutions in the cloud. So instead of your team having to ramp up and get as technical as they need to understand the cloud, within minutes they can build and deploy in the cloud just like they would in a data center.
So frontier firm is not a new thing for Integral, I guess. I guess you can say that you are the ones that are the first frontier firms on the planet.
Absolutely. So yeah, we definitely, when Microsoft released the term, I was like, well, that's us for sure, because we absolutely have embedded AI in everything that we're doing. We've built some custom co-pilots for our team to use internally, and we leverage our human knowledge and capital with that AI to give us a superpower as an organization. And we've seen great success from doing so.
Terrific. And Integral has been around for, is it 20 years? A little bit more than that?
Yeah. So Integral was founded in 2002, just a little bit ago. And we were early on a Microsoft partner. So we founded in 2002. In 2003, we became a Microsoft partner. And obviously, we've seen the evolution of the Microsoft partner program with the ecosystem. I remember receiving, the DVDs and CDs with the software resources that were available through Microsoft, but definitely have seen a huge evolution around the services and products that Microsoft offers. Was happy to say we were still working with Microsoft when they first released Azure, and in 2020 we pivoted our business from a systems integrator to become an ISV, and focused on totally adopting the marketplace and building solutions to help others excel within the Azure ecosystem.
And how did you start with Microsoft? And I mean, going from just being part of the Microsoft Partner Program to become a business partner with Microsoft?
I would say for us, the journey of the partner program with Microsoft, obviously we've been a partner for quite some time. I think the lessons learned that we gathered from our journey is that whenever you're looking to do business with Microsoft, you have to think scale. A lot of Microsoft partners are looking at, we service who we service, but how can you do that at the scale that Microsoft is looking for? And so as an ISV, we quickly saw in 2020, we pivoted our business. By 2021, we released our first solution to the marketplace. We had customers in 44 countries by the end of that year. By the end of that following year, we had customers in over 100 countries. And so what I would say to partners that are interested in gaining visibility at Microsoft and really leaning into their partnership is not just being a great partner, because all of us have our own superpower and we're great at what we do, but how do you do that at scale is where you will really be able to take advantage of all the benefits and that Microsoft partnership has to offer.
And what did you do that made Microsoft put you on the short list for recommendations? What was the secret?
So our secret as an ISV was, it should be no secret that Azure consumed revenue is one of the things that Microsoft is near and dear to their heart. And so As we put out our solutions, obviously we started gaining customers, which is our customer acquisition model was really good from leveraging the marketplace, but also with the downloads that we were having for our product, it was creating Azure consumed revenue. And like I said, we grew our organization basically from zero to now we have every 6 months about 100 million Azure consumed revenue hours on our solution. So a lot of people say, well, it's too late for us to get into the ISV business. It's too late for us to do it. But in that really short time, we actually went from zero to where we are now as it relates to the ISV and Azure Marketplace. So those are the types of things that, got Microsoft to lean in because, again, we literally came out of nowhere, pivoted our business. And it wasn't that, I would say our secret sauce is that we focused on doing right by our customers, enabling our customers to do what they needed to do at scale. And that's what got the attention of Microsoft is that better together story. Our customers were leveraging our solutions and they were leaning into Microsoft more. And that's what really got Microsoft's attention.
Super. And then I guess that you can probably say that you are a bit strategic to Microsoft. You open up doors, make customers being more happy with Azure than they would have been otherwise.
Yeah, I think for us, I always lean back to a couple of things. One was Consulting 2.0. Like I said, we were a systems integrator doing things around the Microsoft ecosystem for about 20 years. And what we did was we baked our secret sauce into how we packaged up our solutions. And our focus was actually on the DevOps engineers. As someone who's been in that server room, hearing the constant hum of all those servers and having to do what we were doing with migrations and deployments. My focus was how can we make their lives easy? Like when there's this new edict that comes down from the CXO team, we got to be here and we have these deadlines. How do we give them peace of mind in knowing that instead of months of toiling and trying to figure out, they can actually deploy resources within minutes to the cloud. And so having that as our focus, and again, looking at Consulting 2.0, how do we empower other teams to do that? That really, the DevOps teams really embraced that. And that's what drove our initial growth for sure.
And selling to 150 countries, that is just mind-blowing.
Yes.
So is that something that is all happening through the Microsoft Marketplace, formerly called the Azure Marketplace?
Yeah, and that was by design. A couple years back, it was deemed the year of the marketplace, and we were all in marketplace anyway. And that's kind of where a lot of our GTM motions came. But we really focused on how do we leverage that 24-hour sales guy that's always in front of the customers to help identify to those, I think it's like 7 million active users on a daily basis, that we have solutions that will empower their teams to do more with the Azure ecosystem.
Terrific. And do you get any assistance by Microsoft, or Microsoft actively promoting you to their clients?
Yeah, so we get a lot of cross promotion with Microsoft. For example, this past week was Ignite. We were invited to be in the Microsoft Marketplace Hub with them. There have been promotions where the Azure Marketplace team, we were doing some one-on-one conversations where the team had a conversation with us, or with me specifically. And there's just different activations that we've gotten to have a benefit of doing by putting up the numbers that we're putting up within the marketplace. So I think there's a couple of things there, and that we can actually look at those co-branding, co-marketing opportunities that were provided to us, and we can see how those were impactful to our business. So definitely leaned into the ecosystem, and Microsoft has leaned back. So really, really happy with that.
Great. And have there been any obstacles? I guess that it has not been a smooth ride every day, something that you can share that you would like to change, or advice that you suggest others to think about this because this is a problem, obstacle?
Yeah, I would say onboarding as a Microsoft partner, there are some hidden gotchas that you need to be aware of going into the process. The second thing is understanding how leveraging the marketplace isn't just, it's not a side project. It's a full on, that's a line of business that will become a line of business. And having a team that is adept in that and understanding that is going to be key to your all up business strategy. So if you're thinking about marketplace, don't think about it as this is that little thing that we're putting in the corner, because it's actually something that Microsoft is focused on and it will drive business. So think about how you will integrate your sales messaging, your all up marketing messaging, and your go to market, because again, you will start to get leads that come from marketplace. And then how does that change your existing flow with your sales teams? And to finalize that, it's a journey. It's not a destination, so to speak. And what I mean by that is, the marketplace is evolving. Things are always changing. I think when we first published our solution to Azure, the onboarding and how that process worked was completely different. The tool sets are evolving. AI is being integrated into Partner Center. And now Partner Center is one place. There were multiple sites that were used in the past. So I would say, Microsoft is really invested in the marketplace and trying to make sure that tools and things are there for customers or partners to come in and build their solution and leverage it as marketplace. But again, I would say that's still evolving. And so with that, go into that knowing that there are some things that, like I said, that were there couple of years ago that aren't there, and even this year they're rolling out net new changes. So be ready for the pivot. The pivots are what can propel you within your business.
And you have multiple listings on marketplace. Do you constantly fine tune them, or do you visit them once a month, or what is the cadence?
Yeah, so we have several solutions in the marketplace, and we keep an eye out for security updates, for patches, things of that nature that need to be added to the solution. And again, we've integrated AI and different packaging automation to kind of help with that process. So we do integrate that. And at the end of the day, just like Microsoft will say, our customers, we focus on security. So having the latest, greatest patches within our packages and our solutions. And so we have a pulse as to how our solutions are and where they are within the ecosystem.
Great. And marketplace and partner center are kind of woven together. Mm-hmm. Do you spend a lot of time, or does your team spend a lot of time looking at partner center, looking at opportunities, fine tuning, reaching out?
Yeah, I would say I'm in partner center at least a couple of times a week, sometimes daily, I would say, just kind of looking at where we're doing. Because it's all up, our marketing efforts are driving things, and we're looking at analytics from marketing. Products are being deployed, so we're looking at things there. We have our own methodology around best practices for listing our products in the marketplace. So there's always a reason. And again, our business is 99% marketplace. So when you ask that question, it's like, well, absolutely, that's our business. So we're in Partner Center. We're looking at the marketplace. I think the biggest thing that I would say is we're always taking lessons learned. We're looking at different campaigns that we run specifically, and then we'll digest that from a statistical and analytical perspective to see how those different engagements work. And then obviously marrying that with solution plays with Microsoft, because as those solution plays come out, obviously we want to leverage what Microsoft is also amplifying as well. So definitely, it's core to our business. And so with anything that's core to your business, if you're not watching it, you're not monitoring your business. So it's really near and dear to us for sure.
And I constantly hear that successful Microsoft partners, they live in Partner Center.
Absolutely.
They make it a priority.
Yeah. Yeah,
Great.
it has to be.
And on that topic, what do you think is the most common mistake that partners do with Partner Center, except for just forgetting about it?
I think there's 3 major mistakes that partners have. One is their own profile optimization. Partners will go into, they'll set it up one time and just forget it. Like they'll set up their profile, and many people haven't looked at their profile or how they identified their company in years. And some of that technology is dated. Some of the, whatever services they may have done are dated, but that is actually how Microsoft identifies you within the partner ecosystem. So we do have an assessment that we can provide to partners to kind of help them optimize their profile listing. Part B of that profile listing is, unless you are the size of a multinational consulting company, do not check every box that you can say, I can do everything that Microsoft offers. Because again, you have to think about it from the standpoint of scale, right? Can you do it and should you do it are 2 different questions that should be asked internally at your organization. And a lot of people will end up checking all those boxes, and you can't scale your business because your resources are scattered everywhere. And so, I say that's a rookie mistake. Don't make that mistake as you go into the partner program. The other thing is, if you're listing products in the marketplace, definitely take the time to do some optimization of your product listing. There are best practices that Microsoft published. Obviously, I'll plug for myself. We have a specific GTM that we have around product optimization that we use to drive. And then last but not least, this is what we just touched on. You have to monitor your progress. So set a benchmark of where you are now. Make sure that, as you're setting goals and KPIs, you have a marketplace goal and KPI. Like you can't just say, oh, we built it, they will come. That's great in the movie, but in reality, you got to have goals, you got to measure, you got to track what things are happening. So as a partner, I think it's really key to focus on those 3 things.
Beautiful, and that's great advice. And speaking about Integral's practice of helping partners, can you tell me a little bit about Spark? I know that Spark was officially launched last week at Ignite, and I heard that the success was tremendous.
Yes. So yeah, we're I'm an entrepreneur at heart. So every time I'm doing something, if I do something multiple times, I'm like, how can we do this better? And then how can we provide value to others through it? So yes, at Ignite, we launched our Spark by Integral platform. It's an app, self-service model that integrates additional consulting. And what I will say there is in our methodology, we start with business fundamentals, understanding the business aspects of becoming a Microsoft partner, ISV fundamentals, there's, can you build a solution and should you build a solution? Have you identified the TAM? And that's the total obtainable market that's there, addressable market. And then what percentages of those are you looking to do? Again, this is a line of business, so treat it that way. What are your projections and goals that you're setting for your marketplace initiatives? And then do you have the team or resources set inside to make that a reality? And then once you build that solution, we have a whole set of, because optimization is a moment in time as well, right? Have you identified your right audience? Is your message resonating with your customer base? And so what we're doing is we want to make sure that with our Spark GTM methodology is that you're looking at this all up as a net addition to your business and how this will impact your business. So we provide you everything from strategic advisory services on how to think about marketplace all the way through deployment and marketing services around it. So we were really blown away with reception at Ignite around customers who were itching to have something like Spark. I could not have been more flattered and just humbled by the reception of the ecosystem.
So what I like is that you are really customer zero. you are using this successfully. Well, 99.99% of your revenue comes from marketplace business, 150 markets served. Well, that is a great success. And then build a product based on that knowledge, that experience for other partners. That is
Absolutely.
trustworthiness big time.
Yeah, yeah. And again, we simplified it in our message, but it's a ecosystem built by an ISV for ISVs. And again, we're not coming from this as a standpoint of an advisor and never done it, right? We make our living, we pay our bills, we we feed ourselves with the knowledge that we're going to impart on the consulting from a consulting and advisory standpoint. So definitely and have a track record of success with that as well.
That's really beautiful. So, any final advice for a Microsoft partner that wants to get closer to Microsoft, wants to be more modern?
Yeah. So I would say if you're a Microsoft partner and you want to get closer with Microsoft, I would review a couple of things first. One, if you haven't seen MCAPs, any of the videos that they talked about for MCAPs around Microsoft, I would say definitely do a little bit more research to understand like what are some of the drivers for Microsoft. Ignite, they had some more announcements around Marketplace and how they've combined everything, different rewards and things that are there for customers. Truly adopting being a frontier firm, and what that is to the listeners out there, that's being an AI centric company, and it's not replacing your company with AI, but basically making all of your employees super productive by leveraging human capital and your IP with AI. And then last but not least, get out there and don't be afraid to pivot. We were a Microsoft partner for over 20 years, pivoted our business model, and that was the actual best thing that we ever did in our business. And so we went from being a regional consultancy, pretty much a no-name organization within the hundreds of thousands of Microsoft partners, to now we're pretty well held within the Microsoft ecosystem as an ISV, with servicing customers in over 100 countries. So I will say, with every day there are new opportunities. I won't call them challenges because we all are familiar with that, but I would say with those challenges come opportunities, and the tool sets are there, the opportunity is there, and let's get after it.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. And one thing that we haven't talked about, but that you did mention, was that you have gone from selling hours to recurring revenue.
Yep.
It makes you sleep well at night.
Absolutely. You can sleep peacefully at night knowing that you have a monthly and annual recurring revenue. So it's awesome.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Dexter. I'm super impressed, and thank you for being part of this. Dexter Hardy from Ntegral in Atlanta. Thank you.
Thank you, Per.
Thank you for joining us today. Join us again next time as we explore more secrets of successful Microsoft partners. And if you're selling Azure subscriptions, be sure to check out the easiest and fastest way to increase revenue and margin on those subscriptions, the Idenxt partnership. We enable you to offer Managed Azure Services to your customers with zero operational burden for you. To learn more, go to idenxt.com. That's IDENXT.com.